Welcome back to Azran Legacy. Alright, so now that Ponted is in the right direction.
Mrs. Triton and filming in a minute. We'll talk about it later.
We crossed it. It wasn't so bad.
Sure.
She's bad.
Says the boy who wouldn't let go of the professor's hand.
I mean, I was doing it for safety reasons.
Sure.
Oh, my safety? I didn't know you cared about me that much.
Of course I do. You're like a second father to me.
At least we were spared a Shrek reference, I guess.
Well, I mean, you might have a third father. You might have a little brother soon. I don't know.
Only because somebody kept shaking the bridge by stomping their way across. There's your Shrek reference.
We really were spared from that.
Shit, I'm looking down!
Good to see you two getting along as usual. Now, I believe we're going to have to step through the waterfall.
Professor, anything short of murder seems to be getting along for you. What? Really? Through it? What is this, a James Bond film?
Yes?
I think I prefer not to step under that torrent of cold water, Professor.
Emmy, you're the one that was constantly stepping on a precarious log. Now all of a sudden you're afraid of getting wet. I'm hardly keen on being stoked myself, but I believe the path continues on the other side.
I'll just
You're afraid of taking your hat off. You have no right to talk.
You should have packed an umbrella.
Go ahead.
And considering the state of Button's Trench's clothes, I suspect the crystals we seek are beyond the waterfall. I mean, to be fair, you are pretty brave wearing that bright yellow clothing.
I'll just let you two tall people cover me from the water.
For such a precious child, she wasn't particularly good at keeping her secrets.
Precocious child.
Precocious, well, she's a child. I guess that answers your question.
I don't think my hat's very water resistant, Professor. Couldn't we find some way to shelter ourselves first?
No problem. We'll get the umbrella. Oh, we left
Let me guess, with a puzzle.
Well, let's see.
I fear my own hat is not impervious to the elements either. We shall just have to dry them off afterwards.
Oh, it's as simple as that.
Well, at least our hats will be easier to dry off than Emmy's hair.
Quality hat. I wonder who would have got that.
And then after hearing you say that, Layton goes into deep depression.
Or like murderous rage.
My girlfriend thought it was cool.
Yeah, she told me.
Wait, you had a girlfriend?
It's a long story. It's a long story. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it.
Wait a moment, Emmy. You just said you weren't fancying going through the waterfall earlier. Now you're like, oh, it's just a bit of water. Make up your mind.
Yeah, that's because Luke's complaining about it, that's why.
She feeds off of my suffering.
Alright, so
Emmy,
let's
you're
look
nearly
at...
30.
Let's look at that.
Luke's old enough to get bullied. Watch your step, Luke.
Right, why did you say that to me in particular? Is there something bad is going to happen? The water's falling so heavily. The ground is really slippery here too.
It's a waterfall!
To be honest, I'd rather not cross under without a spare change of clothes.
I'm pretty sure that
Our greatest threat that keeps us from crossing
Are
water.
you telling me that in your entire airship you did not pack a single umbrella that you could go and take?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Not just that, do you not have spare clothing? You're on like a multi-day trip.
Sure, this is a video game. It barely happens.
We're crossing the world in one day.
Unfortunately,
Funny crybabies.
Unfortunately, Shiroi, this is not Layton's mystery journey, so no, we do not have alternate outfits. So.
Keep making lots of outfits for the NPCs, though.
Hey, Dibs, maybe they should have retroactively taken well, not retroactively, like in hindsight, taking a cue from Cat.
Is that a rock lodged up there?
Oh, like where this is going, Duke.
All that's missing to you is a scene of us going over said waterfall.
It looks rather unstable. Let's refrain from walking under it.
Why does that feel like foreshadowing?
I'll handle this, Professor.
Emmy, what did I just say?
Don't worry, she doesn't mean. You'll see.
Stand back, everyone. This'll only take a jiffy.
And then Emmy broke her leg.
No, she froze Luke.
No, it's the leg that breaks the rock.
Hi!
In Soviet Russia, Amy breaks
Trick or
you.
Luke.
Ah, she's scrambling right up the cliff!
We
I thought it
can't
was
show that because we don't have any money.
Go on.
And with remarkable speed, too. She barely pauses between finding footholds.
Oh, so she's climbing Uncharted style. Okay.
We have to
I
tell
like
her
gross
so
speed.
we
she's
can't
holding
budget.
on to. What is she, Spider-Man?
She's Gwen Stacy in disguise. And she's reached the top without a hitch. Impressive.
Indeed.
Okay, your turn. Hey, you might want to step back a bit further in case the water sprays.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this, Professor.
There you go.
Our heroes, everyone, because they don't want to get wet over a waterfall, they change permanently the landscape.
Piece of cake.
So
Emmy,
typical British
Emmy,
behavior. from
Stop
what
being
I've
British for a second.
Emmy, you killed hundreds of people.
Wow, you stopped the whole waterfall and have in effect affected the entire ecosystem, possibly leading to the deaths of many animals and screwing up the cycle of things. Thanks very much, Emmy.
The only reason this is not worse than what happens in Right Trial Retribution because you technically did not kill actually anyone with this.
Anytime,
You've
Luke.
just prompted the deaths of people.
What else is a professor's assistant for?
Get a fucking umbrella next. Goddamn.
The thing is, because of the wind we get around here, umbrellas don't exactly last long when you buy them.
Let's see where this cave leads. It's very dark, so watch where you tread.
They're kind of pointless.
What a stunning hard difficulty it was dealing with the waterfall.
All right, with the waterfall defeated, let's continue.
Yeah, with the waterfall defeated and tens of people without water. Let's continue
That would
on.
legit have been quite a thing if that's what stops our journey.
Also limestones in this.
There was no drought we could get through this. Ah, it's lovely and cool inside.
And damp. Very damp.
Grow up.
I'm just being observant, that's all.
Emmy, you're the grown adult teasing a little boy.
True.
The rock formations. So curious and yet so beautiful. Nature holds many wonders.
And you say I'm bad.
Come on.
This is a very awkward trip. Like, this is road trip.
Yeah, we're just constantly arguing with each other.
I don't think they're arguing. They're more so discussing things.
Our versions of them are
Oh, right.
a natural limestone grotto. Let's look around and see if we can find any crystals like the ones Button treasures so dearly.
All right, let's see.
Luke, don't make us turn the airship around.
All right.
I can't. We're not in the airship.
All right, let's see. Crystal.
Of course.
Let's take the mother. So let me get this straight. So basically, this boils down to this tale. First, we destroy their waterfall, and now we're going to take their mother crystal from them. Man, I guess you were right.
Well, we are British, huh?
Yeah.
Facts.
Are we the bad guys?
It's like
No.
that skit with the two Nazis over there. Are we the baddies?
I think I can see something sparkling up there, and I'm pretty sure it's not a stalactite.
But the crystals we're looking for be up there.
I don't know, why don't you climb up and find out?
Crystals.
Is that there?
Of course.
Is it a shattered crystal?
Done!
Maybe.
There. I made my first Crash Bandicoot joke in these playthroughs. Fascinating. They only form in this one particular area of the cave.
Nobody tell him that me or Tio kind of made it first during this part.
But how are we going to get all the way up there? Spider Emmy?
Yeah, Emmy, you go up there. You can
Oh.
climb up that water rock wall.
Uh-oh. Is this my fault?
Did
I do something when...
that?
Did I do something when I knocked the boulder over the
Oh crap! It's the villagers. They're pissed they have no water.
Also, Luke, according to Layton, you did parkour on a giant robot. You can climb a wall.
Well, that one had grooves for me to climb, and a lot of it involved running. Oh, the pillar! It's shaking!
Everyone stand back. I'm going to attempt to dislodge the pillar.
No! What? Professor, be careful!
Careful is my middle name.
I thought it was Wesley.
Whatever. If I examine the pillar carefully, I should be able to find a way to make it topple almost effortlessly.
Alright, let's do that then.
And then I'll have Emmy kick it. I must find some way to have Emmy topple the pillar.
Actually,
Yes, you said
wait,
that already.
wait, Professor, I thought you said that you were going to topple the pillar.
No, I said I figure out how to do it, and then I'll have Emmy do it. If I just remove this stone...
Is that wise, Professor?
There you
Ah!
Wow, straight out of a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Well, that was exhilarating. Is everyone alright?
Well, assuming we were nearly crushed, yes, I guess. Oh, wow, that was scary. And I didn't expect the whole pillar to fall down so easily.
Well, to be fair
Pretty
to
shoddy craftsmanship.
Layton, he did tell them to back up.
Despite its size, it was supported by the smallest counterbalance. Well, now that we've made a path, let's select a few crystals to take back and sell in our museum, shall we?
You know, I'm actually surprised that wasn't a puzzle for once.
There it is. Now we can get the crystals.
Puzzle number 7089. Thievery. With these, we have everything we need to make this special accessory.
Of course.
We've worked hard, and I believe our efforts will not be in vain.
Even though part of those efforts were just to prevent us from getting wet.
Glittering crystals acquired.
It just goes to show how resourceful people can be when they really want to.
And speaking of resources, let's take them.
So now will you tell us what kind of mask you're planning to make?
Oh. I didn't say I was making the mask. You'll see soon enough, Emmy. Let's return to the village and restore the chief to his former jovial self. We'll have Aurora, whatever her name is. She'll do it. She's not done anything yet.
Well, Aurora is, for all intents and purposes, a little child, Professor.
A baby.
Yeah. Or
Well, she's smart beyond her years.
Oh my
She'll figure it out.
god! Wait, hold on. There
no,
was Chelmy
don't worry.
and,
Don't worry. I went back. All right. So yeah, Chelmy and Emily are going around here. Okay. Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Huh.
Emil, don't tell me this is one of the destinations on your honeymoon world tour.
It's Emily.
I guess we're
Emily,
going to
okay.
assume the professor isn't here, because otherwise this should be the first time me and him are meeting Chelmy.
I'm not talking to... Wait, who are you again?
Wait a minute, I'm actually involved in this conversation.
Well, you know how it is. The hubby loves these sorts of exotic locations. They really bring out the explorer in him.
Huh. Interesting fact to know about Chelmy.
Speaking of which, this puzzle seems to be driving our compasses way haywire. I don't suppose you could have a look?
Why would a puzzle be affecting your compasses?
I think it's a metaphor. She means I can't solve this thing to save my life, basically.
It's a metaphorical.
Puzzle
term.
53,
Pedro,
the domino effect.
In a lot of cases, I'd agree, but given it's the Layton world, I wouldn't be surprised if it's literal.
Sure. This area contains a cluster of legendary Asian stones. The research of one famous archaeologist suggests that these stones were once used for fortune telling. If someone managed to topple all the stones by pushing over just one of them, it would guarantee healthy crops that year. Hearing of the legend, a farmer decided to give it a go. This photograph was taken immediately before he selected his stone. Circle the right stone to push over. So yeah. So what would be, of all the stones in this picture, what is the one that you would have to push over to topple down all of them?
That's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
It also shows because it only has 20p cards for a reward.
Use the stylus to circle your answer on the touchscreen. If your selection is accepted as an answer, a finger will be displayed. If not, you'll be asked to redraw your circle. Alright, so which of these rocks?
And for this one, we have 3D models on top instead of illustrations.
Yep. Start by picking a stone at random and imagining what would happen if you pushed it over. If the trail of toppling stones gets stopped by another stone at some point, try seeing what would happen if you started by pushing the stone that altered your progress. That's right, you need to do a lot of visualizing to solve this puzzle.
Oh, nice.
So use your imagination.
Imagination.
You've no doubt
Use that on your notes.
Okay, and you visualize and come across a problem. The three stones facing the center. Not only will they not knock any other stones over, their positioning makes it difficult to knock them all over. Unless... Is there another stone that would guarantee toppling these three stones and all the rest? I wonder.
Same card.
So, which one is it? There you go.
Yeah, there was a big one in the
Time
background.
to shine. Bring on the next one.
Fitting that they have the guy
A
from
bumper harvest for you. Pushing over the huge rock on the top right is guaranteed to make all the others topple over. Looks like it's going to be a good year.
By the way, Emmy, I got a question for you.
Yes.
How was that vocal plastic surgery to revert your chords back to your game voice the other day?
Well, if you believe it, the puzzle... I know puzzles are supposed to make your head spin, but this is ridiculous.
Vocal surgery.
So she's basically saying she's making a nice version of because it's a puzzle, you moron. It's supposed to be hard to solve.
Yeah, because basically, I'm just referencing that Emmy had a different voice actress in the later movie.
Yeah, imitate. There's so much to do and see in the world. I'm even considering booking enough flights to keep us busy for the next decade. A 10-year-old honeymoon, Jesus.
I guess I'll give him
eventually
credit.
will get boring.
I guess I'll give him credit that you can't interact with Chelmy, so I guess we can say that Luke and Layton just passed by Chelmy at that one point. Little did they know the impact he would have on their lives.
I mean, if you really want to experience the whole world, like 10 years sounds pretty reasonable. No?
Chief Morrill still doesn't seem to be smiling.
Are you ready, Luke? Follow my lead.
Alright then. Okay, Professor. But remember, we're not doing any caca dances.
We already blocked off their water supply and stole their jewels. What's cultural appropriation at this point?
Who's this then?
He doesn't recognize us.
Hello again, Mr. Morrell. Don't you remember us? We came to visit you earlier.
Never seen you in my life.
Interesting wording.
Are you sure this is going to work, Professor?
I can't say for certain until we actually try. Suffice it to say, though, that I have a good feeling about this.
Alright.
Let's see.
It's those Mad Hatters again. Ha ha ha. Persistent as ivy. What are they up to this time?
Oh, whatever it is, it's bound to be better than your last idea. I mean, really, mustaches aren't even meant to do that sort of thing.
I don't want to know what happened.
If I could have your attention, please. Is there anyone in the village who is especially good at polishing?
Blue Pointer.
Polishing? Look no further, love. If there's a piece of silverware I can shine, it predates history.
Very promising. And have we also now met someone accustomed to, say, chopping wood?
Polishing and wood.
Well, I can't chop wood, but I'm not bad at chopping veggies. Is that good enough?
No. Next! Okay, then certainly. The precise cutting actions you will be used to are exactly what we need. Somehow. And finally, I require someone capable of handling this loot of
Not
glue.
mentioning the fact that it's paralysis-inducing.
Ah, it's from the glutinous Maximus. You best give that to me before someone gets too attached to it.
Ha, 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 ha. Attached, ha. Wonderful. That to find volunteers so quickly reflects how deeply you care about your chief.
Also, play off the words gluteus,
Mm-hmm.
aka the butt.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes,
Oh,
that
this
very
uncle.
funny.
Why not let the boy be in charge of organizing the materials?
You're meant to be an archaeology professor, you do it.
Organizing, but I wanted to help make the mask.
Well, given the complexity of the task, I'd hoped we would take care of it, Professor. But I suppose since you're too fucking lazy, I suppose we could let him try.
What? Is it really going to be that difficult? Come on now, how hard could it be?
Absolutely. See for yourself.
Whoa! There are so many pieces in the bottom screen.
Not even a puzzle transitioning screen.
Okay,
Some of the objects we gathered are sadly too flimsy for construction. So you see, Luke, this is by no means a simple task.
yeah, just like in Miracle Mask, we have story puzzles, meaning puzzles that take place during major moments in the story that are integrated into the cutscenes rather than heading straight into a puzzle screen.
Right, okay, let's see. I'm not sure I know where to start.
We should only need 3 items. Try to choose objects that are easy for each volunteer to handle.
Indeed.
Okay, how about this?
An interesting choice. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I think we can make something that looks really silly out of this.
Let's see. At a glance, I'd say one of these items will be suitable.
That's the game's way of giving you a hint, basically.
I agree. However, I imagine our volunteers are somewhat baffled by the other 2 choices. How might they handle them?
So yeah, that particular set of items that we're seeing right now, one of them is in the correct place. One of them. We don't know which,
Consider
but one...
carefully which 2 of these items you should substitute.
Right, I'll give it another go.
That's the spirit. Just keep trying until you get it right, son.
Okay. So the basic idea is... okay, hold on.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, leave it to me. Alright, so... You have to choose the 3 items to assign to the village volunteers. You have to pick one that...
In time for a jump cut.
There you go.
Ah, there we go. You've assigned each item to the appropriate person. A job well done.
Oh, really? Great. So, can we get round to making the mask now?
They already made 2 of those.
Well, we'll make a
If you
third
can.
one that's even better.
I'll quickly explain how to construct this mask.
It'll be smoking. I wonder how it will turn out, though.
It's party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Why? Because I gotta. Alright. If I cut it I cut it the way you asked, but now what? Jova?
Here you go. As promised, polished to perfection. Don't say Tantarella. Never let you down.
Hold on. Is this what I think it is?
Blow it, did you blow it?
Ha ha ha, you've been waiting the entire game to make that joke, weren't you? Anyway.
I believe we're done. Chief Morel, if you'd just like to place this on your head.
What's this all about?
Chief Morel, can you see us?
If you can't, that means we're John Cena.
What in the... What's wrong with your... The pair of you looks ridiculous.
He's laughing.
Please make it stop.
The chief's laughing? You've got to be joking.
Yeah, exactly. That's how he laughed.
Nothing matter.
Well, I never. Who'd have thought the gloomy so-and-so just needed a pair of glasses?
And there you go. The reason he didn't get anybody's joke is because he couldn't see it properly.
What's the joke?
We must have been blind not to see it.
God damn it.
So, none of the villagers caught on to the chief's blindness. I'm worried about this society. When did you work it out, Professor?
Just now. Do you recall how the chief reacted to Professor Sycamore?
What happened again? He was really surprised by something, right?
Yep.
How long you even more to remember?
There was a significant difference between our performance and the one by Professor Sycamore.
It's in case the audience forgot it themselves too.
Yeah.
Yours required a viewer, and mine a listener. Naturally, the chief didn't react to your performance because he couldn't see it.
Oh, he reacted to yours. I mean, yours sucked.
So that explains why he didn't see the Rafflesia flower.
Exactly.
Exactly. Which would be the most plausible explanation for his falling in the mud.
Yep.
Of course, it didn't smell of anything, so you wouldn't notice it unless you were looking down at the ground. If that's the case, how does he even manage to get around the village, let alone run it?
Chief Morel most likely relied on his excellent sense of smell.
Or that.
Oh my god, sure, he went around smelling people all day.
Stop sniffing people!
The potent smell of Amanita's concoctions and Mrs. Morel's homemade meals would have aided his sense of direction.
See? It helps.
Oh, so he just follows his nose wherever he goes.
The nose knows.
Is he deaf too?
Apparently.
Maybe not.
So yeah, mystery solved. The Phon Gi village, she turns out to be a cheerful fellow who loves nothing more than chuckling at a silly face. His only problem was his poor eyesight, which prevented him from even noticing the village's comedic performances.
It appears the people of Phon Gi have not considered the possibility that the chief's eyesight could have deteriorated. Or again, just
Professor,
simple,
please
the joke
burn
sucked.
off
What
of
are
set.
you all
Thank
doing
you.
here? Did you all come up for the raid or something? Oh, the raid? Okay. I don't know what the outsiders have done, but now the mother you look completely
Barmy? I'm guessing
Barmy.
British at the report, please.
That's a
What was that?
British terminology.
Mad, crazy,
Great.
extremely
Barmy,
foolish.
it's a sort of word for, oh my god, that's so crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad that we were able to bring a smile to your face, Chief.
Your face is all stretched out, and look at you with that enormous nose. At least we're acknowledging the fact that the glasses constructed, do not actually function with a proper, as a proper eye correction.
Hold on, go ahead.
It appears the lenses in our makeshift glass provide the chief of a slightly distorted view of the world. He's
So
one to be talking about big news.
So now he's seeing everything distorted, meaning everybody looks funny. So basically, he's going
Hey, at least he can see, so we saved the day, right?
Before I forget, didn't you say something about wanting this eggy thing?
egg acquired.
Egg.
You have to steal it. You would allow us to take it, sir.
Well, normally, no. I've been bored out of this skull for ages. My back's giving me grief, and my wife's always nagging.
We got something of a demo of that last one.
Thought this festival my life and life up a bit, but no. All we had is those little terrible acting virgin on the invisible. But you changed all that. I won't be needing this eggy thing to console me anymore.
Do you know
Egg
what it
was
is?
consoling him.
I guess laughter really is the best medicine.
You are most kind, Chief Burrell. You will not forget your generosity.
They never came back.
Now, all this talk of eggs is making me hungry. I'm going home to make some French toast.
Okay.
In the wild? How? Excuse me? You can't just walk off without saying a word to us, Chief!
I can, I'm the chief.
Who was
Why not?
elected?
Festival's been going on for days. It's over now, isn't it?
We've wasted our lives for this. It's hardly been much of a festival either.
True.
We've been working our backsides off trying to get you to cheer up. I'd expect you to at least sort out a little bit of fun for us now.
Why couldn't I say that earlier, you silly toads?
Yes, we
Get it because
said
toads.
nothing of
And
the
yeah, well,
sort.
speaking, we were done. Alright then, let's put the Phon Gi back into Phon Gi.
Ha ha ha.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have time to stay for the festivities. Give my thanks to the villagers for all their efforts.
Oh, so soon? Well, you're welcome back anytime. After all, you've opened my eyes to the people around me.
Who knows? Maybe he'll have a special puzzle for us to solve later.
Yeah, basically, over the course of the game, as the story moves on, the game will actually change the positions of the NPCs, so you can indeed come back and see some differences. So, welcome back, sirs. Welcome back.
Replayability value.
Yep. Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust your expedition was a blinding success. Huh? Huh?
Shut up, Gabe.
Have you been watching us with the secret cameras?
It was, thank you. In fact, the Phon Gi's chief's generosity is quite astounding. To be graciously offered us his
Taylor,
aid.
you're forgetting whose company this is.
It won't stop me.
Even saw a whole new side to Luke and the Professor. Truly, Raymond, it's a pity you weren't there to witness it.
You needn't concern yourself.
Mine and the chief's vision is just like that joke. Shit.
Just like his mother, this young buck only aspires to serve, and to serve well.
What was that?
What?
Huh?
I find there is no greater pleasure than seeing my masters more whimsical. So basically, he saw the joke part that where Sycamore got humiliated. That's what they're referencing.
I wonder if he also saw Layton and Luke's attempt, which is why he knows.
Raymond, you're embarrassing me.
Shut up and go pet the cat.
Raymond, how? Why would you betray me such?
Ladies and gentlemen, the preparations for our departures are complete. When you wish to leave, simply say the word. By the way, Professor, I have
Up in
prepared.
the air, we are going to be having a word
All right.
like this.
Go ahead.
Engage.
Now that he's heard it, I'll have to come up with a new joke.
Aww.
All right, go ahead, Shiro.
Professor Layton, Professor Sycamore, I think my memory may been returning.
Yeah, basically every time we get one of the eggs, Aurora recovers a bit of her memory. So basically we get a bit of foreshadowing / world building every time we finish one of the lands.
Ah, are you able to recall something now?
Yes, I can see an arid desert. Here, this entire land used to be a gaping void.
Oh.
The Azran transformed it into a vibrant oasis. That's what the egg is telling
So
me.
basically this place used to be a fucking desert with no civilization.
And they got rid of the desert. Yay!
Well, there you go. I guess Dwebs already has another little reason to be a fan of the Azran, I guess.
That's general with their technology.
People don't like sand.
Oh yeah, well, I understand that. I just... Well, whatever. Moving on, Sycamore, please.
You mean the Azran brought this entire jungle into existence?
So it seems. But the rest of my memory is still a haze.
Well, I guess we'll have to collect more eggs. See if that improves. Alright, let me... Come on.
Of course.
Alright, press A, Pedro, thank you.
It is truly astounding to discover that the Azran has such an impact on the modern day, on life itself.
They're like Transformers, man. Indeed. Well then, shall we set off?
Alright. On to our next adventure.
Should be smooth sailing from here.
Oh, sure. Clearly.
Up, and away!
Did Debbie remember?
And there you go.
The-
And there's the festival going on. And new articles have been added to the World Times.
Did Debbie remember to, unplug the waterfall?
Oh.
Well, remember, Tail, we have to keep that there so we can access the cave for more puzzles later. So I'm afraid the
we get a little wet.
I'm afraid the ecosystem, Tail, is going to have to stay fucked because I need to 100% the campaign to unlock the final episode. So sorry, ecosystem. Anyway, episode flora or fauna. Alright, so after time we finish an adventure, we get an episode telling about what's happening going on later at the time. Well, this is a bit of a shock. It never said anything in my contract about coming home again.
That's right. I think with some of these episodes we see Target agents
Target
that
agents,
come
yeah.
from respective parts of the world. This guy is one of the Phon Gi, but he's actually from home.
He's actually from here.
But
What? Auntie M! As in Amanita. Doo-dee-doo, there's nothing like a truffle hunt first thing in the morning. So yeah, Plover here, actually consider he looks like a Jim Henson character. Oh hello, what's that funny outfit you're wearing? Isn't that last year's style?
More stuff
Oh,
like this last
is it?
year.
How embarrassing. Well listen, I'm a busy man, so I'll just be moving along now. Oh, hang on. I know you. Oh, bloody hell. No, you don't. You really don't.
You literally have one of our hairstyles.
Ah, it's like that
Oh,
joke
yes,
that
I do. Your
Hey, I
Chaz's
know you.
eldest son, Porcini. We thought you'd run away for good. So that's his real name, apparently. Shh, alright. Keep it down, Auntie.
You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
But in front of who?
Nothing gets past me.
Nothing or no one.
What's going on then? Go on, you can tell me. I promise I won't say a word to your mom.
She's gonna tell your mom and the whole village.
Well, I've got a job, and it's a pretty tough one. My boss wants some sort of blue egg with a kind of swirly pattern on it.
About that.
But that's strictly confidential. I'm not even supposed to be saying it out loud. Ah, it sounds like he's after a cerulean babbler's egg.
Why did you refer to him in the second person? He's right there.
There's a clutch of them down by the waterfall if you're interested. Really? That's brilliant. Thanks, Auntie. The boss is going to be really pleased with me when I go back with it. Listen, I can see you've got a lot on your plate, Porcy. You just let me know if I can eat any of it, alright?
Oh my god, she doesn't stop.
Portsy, I don't answer to that name anymore. My name's Plover.
It's not a phase, Walter.
Clover is my name of civilization.
So it's true what they say about leaving the village and coming back as a different person. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time I took a little trip myself. She's not kidding, by the way. Later on, we're actually going to see her tourism in London.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. We see characters from different countries actually come over to different areas over the course of the game.
Yeah, this is something that level 5 RPGs have always done. Even Kuni 2 does this, where characters will go visit other places for their own personal reasons. And yeah, it's nice to see them implement those RPG stuff that they make into this game. So nice touch there. Alright everybody, so that was it. Hopefully Plover will be able to... Well, he won't because we already got the egg from this region, so sorry Plover.
Well, hopefully he'll enjoy his visit back home.
Hopefully. So see you next time for our next adventure.
Yeah.
See ya.